Everybody is Apex Investor doing an update for today, July the 1st. Uh, so it's after hours. Um, Before I begin, I just want to say uh, one of the biggest lessons of investing and even in life is uh, if you have the most, those those who are the most successful in investing and in life are the ones who have the greatest self control. The ones who have the greatest self control. Okay, so I'm going to start with that. And we'll look at Wish. First of all, we'll look at Wish. Because again, this is pretty much Wall Street Bet's favorite stock right now is Wish. And it was down 7% today, between $13 to 11.95. Volume was 100 million. So volume is strong, but the price is not reflecting the volume coming in, and it's also not reflecting the wishes, no pun intended, the wishes of those who are buying the stock. I mean, obviously they want it to squeeze, and the shorts are doing everything they can to prevent that squeeze, the potential squeeze from happening, happening. Um, the entry point, I'm gonna just keep saying it till this is whatever. I'm gonna keep saying it until I stop saying it. Entry point for this is between $7 to as much. The highest you should get this is I'm gonna say eight, 7 to 8. I won't even take a risk at eight. You know what? What this 820? Oh, I can't even see that. Okay, 850. I'll give you 850. 7 to 850 is the entry point for Wish. So those who are the most patient are usually the most successful in investing. Those have the most self control as well. So the first thing I said about self control relates to entry point. Are you gonna just have FOMO and buy whatever stock panic buy it, such as Wish, and saying, "Oh, $12, it's a good price." In reality, those who have the most self control say, "No, no, I'm not gonna." They have the power to say no. They have their millions or whatever, not even millions. Maybe they have only $1,000 in their portfolio available to use to trade, and they're saying, "You know what? I can't afford to buy this at $12 because I know it can go down to 7 to 850. I'll buy it then. I'll sell it when it squeezes to, I don't know, 20, 30, and then they double triple their portfolio because they were the most, and they showed the most self-control, and they showed the most patience because in this circumstance with Wish, they're saying, okay, the shorts are testing us because we've been buying into the stock for the last month, yeah, about a month now, and those who are the most patient will be the winners. Look at AMC. Look what happened there when we had a short squeeze, or not really short squeeze, a gamma squeeze in January, the end of January. It was shorted to oblivion in February, for the most part, February, the whole month, and even parts of March. It was shorted for so long. And even though it did go up to, $10, $11 and started going up, it was still shorted. It was kept down artificially only until the last month, only until the end of May, beginning of June, where it actually squoze to plus 60, 60 plus. And that's crazy. Not crazy, but I mean, it's crazy to see it, but it's not crazy that it happened because the shorts can only get away with it for so long. But those who are the most patient will laugh last. They're going to be the winners. So that's the same story for all these stocks I'm going to talk about today, even including Wish, which again I'm not the most bullish on, but this could happen if they wait it out long enough. And it looks like that's what they're doing. They're just playing chicken with the shorts and saying, you know what, we're not selling, we're here to stay, and you budge first. We're not going to be the ones to budge. But in terms of entry point, you need the most self control to enter this. I'm going to wait I'm not even gonna buy this, even if it goes to 7, 850. I don't think I would. It's just I don't believe in the company. So even if it's at $1 and I know it can go to 20, I just something about it, I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it enough to buy into it. And that's one of the principles Warren Buffett teaches. Not even teaches, he just talks about that's who he is. If he doesn't believe in a stock, that he if you can't see yourself holding a stock for at least 10 years or 20 or for your whole life, and you'll be stuck with that one stock for life, and you can't see that for yourself, that I'd be okay with just this one stock, don't buy it. That's his principle. And I agree with that very much because it shows you just how confident you are in the business, in the company, and just how much you know about them too, and how much you trust them, essentially. So if I was stuck with McDonald's, I'd be okay with that. I trust McDonald's, not to make me healthy, but as a business. They've been around for so long. They've shown growth. They've in the heat of in the face of competition. They usually come out number one against Burger King, Wendy's, and all that. They have the strategy. They have the French fries to do it. Um, you look at Apple. Apple's a great company. Yeah, they've gone through storms. They've gone through things with Microsoft. Well, when I say things, I mean heated lawsuits and just competition, and taking a lot of flack from Microsoft and other companies as well. They've gone through wars and they've come out of it relatively on top. Not saying they're the best company in the world or number one, but they're in the top for sure. At least top 10 when it comes to tech, consumer tech, not military tech. And you look at Tesla, again, same story with Tesla. Would you, could you, I feel like Dr. Seuss, would you, could you, self holding Tesla as your only stock in your portfolio for the rest of your life? A lot of people would say yes. Personally, I wouldn't, but you could do worse than Tesla. So if I bought that at 100, yeah, I could hold that for life. But you know what? Anyway, I'm not going to go there. But Tesla is it's a great company. Elon Musk is a visionary. I have so many good things to say about him. And yeah, he's controversial, but visionaries are controversial because people are afraid of change. And that's what visionaries do. They just keep changing the world. So of course people are going to be afraid of him. And yeah, he does say crazy things, but visionaries are a little uh, when you think out of the box so much, you have no cares for what people think. You could give a damn. You don't care what people think because if you did, you wouldn't be a visionary. Okay, let's just be real. All right. So that's Wish. I'm gonna go to the next one, which is called Sensonics. And I'm gonna use Sensonics as an illustration to show you why, although yeah, we look at the stock market on a daily basis, at least I do. I look at, you know, the fallout or the results, the final result of the day. I don't like to track it during the day and just kind of use the day to just show the progression and see if there's signs of support and resistance. Not really, uh, looking at it on an hour to hour basis or even tracking it during the day because it's just again it's very volatile and it can lead to somebody panic selling or even panic buying. So down today. Almost 9%. It is up in the after hours, just very slightly, like 4 cents. But anyway, the volume was 23 million. Centonics is a great stock. I've been saying this for a long time, but Trey has been saying it for a longer time. He's the one who pretty much told me about the stock over his website there, and or well, no, his channel, not website. Sensonics is a great buy. Maybe not at this price. I actually misled people. What I said was buy it under three. I take that back. I retract my statement before it's too late. I'm going to retract my statement and say the actual support for Sensonics is between $1 to $2. Okay, $1 to $2 is your entry point for Sensonics. It's not under three, so I was wrong there. So please don't take that against me. $1 to $2 is your entry point. So I'm going to look at Sensonics on a macro level, not on a day to day level or day to day basis. So I'm over at FinViz right now. You can't see anything I'm looking at, but I'm just going to tell you what I'm looking at. I'm at finviz.com, looking at Sensonics. We're going to look at it not from a daily level, from a macro level. So we're just going to keep zooming out and zooming out. That's what essentially it means. By when I say macro, we're looking at a big picture. Sensonics is down about 9% today. Okay, let's look at it from a week, because that's the thing. When you go to Yahoo Finance, when you go to Stock Twits and whatever, NASDAQ, when you look at your portfolio, they don't tell you, well, for the most part, they're not focusing on the bigger picture. They only give you, today you're down 9%, or today you're down 50%, or today you're down and it's negative, you're in the red. So give up. Okay. Not that they're saying this to you, but they're kind of, that's what the suggestion is in your mind. It's kind of leading you down that path. However, do this. This is more wise to do. It's a more wise method. Look at the weekly performance. Okay. Let's look at that. It's only down 3% on the week. Sensonics. Yeah. Now let's zoom out a little more. Let's look at the month. They're up 67% for this past month. 67%. Now let's look at the past quarter. That's the last 3 months. They're up 35%. Nothing wrong there. Of course, all these numbers are massive. These are to triple your, or not triple, to have your portfolio go up 67% is very good. To have it go up 35%. But get this, look at the half year, the last 6 months. The performance for the last 6 months for Sensonics, it is up 293%. That's triple your portfolio. But if you look at the daily, you look at the weekly, forget the weekly, you look at the daily, you're going to forget where you started from. I'm talking about long term investing, not, oh, what happened here? Sometimes I record and it doesn't do anything. Okay. All right. All right. I'm going to answer your question there, Matt. Just hold on a sec. So I talked about that, the last 6 months. Now we look at the last year, performance of the last year. This is the real I don't know what you call it, the backbreaker. This is the game changer here. Performance for the last 12 months. Sensonics, yeah, it's down 9%. We're not going to forget that, but let's remember this. It is up 828%. Yeah, 828% for the last 12 months. So if I reminded all you Sensonics holders, or whoever, whatever stock you're holding, you're up 800 whatever percent. That changes everything, doesn't it? Because you're realizing something that even the shorts are forgetting, that you're not in it for the day or the week. You're in it for the long run, 6 months, 12 months, longer than that, if you can afford to. I know not everyone can afford to, but if you really believe in your stock, in that company you're investing in, you don't mind holding it for at least 3 months, 6 months, probably a year. You just forget about it, that you even own it. Not that you forget that it's being manipulated. And then when you come back to it, yeah, you set your alerts, but I mean, when you come back to it, you set your sell price if you like. But when you come back to it, again, you come back to it when you just feel like it, or when you feel the time is right. When you've kept it in the oven for long enough, you will see that the stock is that you've held on for so long. You've been patient. You've been patient. You've been patient. You've exercised self control, and it's paid off. You've learned the lessons, and it's paid off. And that's what I want to bring across today, is that, yeah, it's great to make money. It's great to double your portfolio, whatever, triple, quadruple, to be a millionaire. But greater than those lessons are the characteristics we build. Or the character is what counts. I think there's something called character counts. So becoming a more patient person, that extends to all aspects of life, even driving, even dealing with people, not being short tempered, and self control also deals with that as well. And so if you are a patient person, you aren't angry so quickly. You're not quick tempered. You have self control, so you're not gonna go eat that second donut, or even eat a donut. Or if you go to McDonald's, you only order, like, I don't know, something healthy, a salad, or maybe get the veggie burger, whatever. But those little changes are going to affect even the way you trade. and and I've noticed this on my own life. So I've stopped eating sugar. I've been doing that for, oh man, I think at least the last 2 months. So it's been like 60 days or more. I've stopped eating sugar, and that's affected all areas of my life. Just doing that one little thing. And I've seen some hiccups here and there because you go through hard days, but for the most part, I've been relatively sugar free. I substitute with honey, substitute with other things like cane sugar. Actually, is a little bit better, but yeah, it's better than white sugar anyhow. It's kind of off topic. Kanan, I'll answer the question. Kanan in the comments. Kanan is down 6.5%. It ranged 744 to 803. Yeah, but again, it's down because Bitcoin is down. That's why it's down. And so is Mara. Mara is down today. SOS is down today as well. And that's what we're going to talk about next is SOS. So not to fear, again, if you really believe in a company, you know where they're headed. You look at their historical chart. And if they're up, if they're at their all-time high, you can be sure they're going to go back down to their all-time low or near it. They're going to dip. And if they're down their all-time low, you can be sure, they'll probably go up near their all-time high again. It's just the stock market. That's the way it works. Yeah, the stock market is going to crash. I do believe this with all my heart. It's going to happen. It's not if, it's when. But I also believe after the stock market crash, it's going to go to the highest levels, kind of like where we are now. That's part of life. It's part of the stock market and the way it works. Things have to crash. They have to go down. I hate saying the word crash, but it has to go down, it has to dip. Essentially, it's a stock market dip. It's a correction, whatever you want to call it. It goes down, tests the support, and then goes up again, tests the resistance. But, we've been very blessed to see a market that has experienced mostly ups and not too many downs. When it goes down, it recovers quickly, but it doesn't stay down for too long where you have, negative 50% for like a year. It doesn't do that. Usually recovers after a month or two for the most part. That's what I noticed. Maybe even 6 months, but it does recover. And when it recovers, it stays on top for, good many years. So take advantage of those times where it goes down. Don't panic, but have money reserved for just in case of emergency. Like to break glass in case of emergency. Have money ready at the ready to really take advantage of that opportunity. Again, takes patience. It takes self control. So SOS Limited, they're down as well. Uh, and just I was talking about Sensonics. I said Sensonics is a buy $1 to $2. Let me just make sure. Yeah, so this is definitely a buy under $3. So this is SOS. SOS is the one under $3 is the entry point. Sensonics entry point is 1 to 2. Uh, but between the two, I feel like Sensonics is probably the better stock. Yeah, now that I really look at their chart. Here's the map of the chart. Sensonics is a better stock. Hate to say it, but that's the truth. Metamaterials is down only 2.67%, and then down a little bit after hours, 1.65, so about 4% total. It was up to 776. So you know what? It was down as much as 705. So this is a great buy at $7 or 705. But I would probably put a buy order for $7 if I had some remaining to buy with. But $7 is a really good buy, and it's not going to stay down here too long. Again, it's about waiting it out. Telling the shorts we're not moving, we're not going anywhere, and the volume is 10 million. And I can see that buyers are holding strong. They believe in this company. They know that it's been to $22, and we're going to go right back up. It's just a matter of time. The dividend is being given out. The stock has been reverse split, so there's less shares to be shorted, and just wait for the news catalyst. Because when I looked at their website, Metamaterials, it's basically like a Tony Stark kind of website. When you go to their investor relations kind of page, there's a investor website that they have. when you click on their stock and they show you a chart, they actually mapped out the price of the stock with their PR and all these different events happening. So not just PR that they release, but even events as it relates to their stock. So they're very strategic. They know what they're doing. So they're timing the next PR to really blow up the stock. So don't worry about it. We have a really good captain on the ship. George Palikaras knows what the hell he's doing. Okay, I'm trying not to say the F word, but he knows what the heck he's doing. Um, and so yeah, it's like we've got Elon Musk, but he's George Palikaras. And he knows what he's doing. The reverse stock split was a very good move, and also the dividend. But it takes time to see these things pull through or to come through because of the a lot of processing that goes on behind the scenes, just ironing out the details. And even a lot of stockbrokers are still not up to speed with this. Even Finviz isn't even up to speed. You go to finviz.com and type MMAT, it won't even show up in the search results, proving that there's a transitionary period that we're going through. It's going to take at least, and I'm going to say at least a month. It's going to take at least a month, might take even 3 months until the next quarter, because there are assets that they've acquired from Torchlight, and those haven't been sold. I don't know if people realize this. They have not been sold yet. So as much as I want to say, the dividend is being given out, they can't really give out maybe the full dividend. Maybe there's going to be another dividend later on, but the dividend will be greater once those assets are actually sold off, because I don't believe they've been sold off completely. Maybe they're starting to sell them, but I mean, there are many assets that have to be sold. So yeah, we have to give it time. It requires patience. And the last one I'm going to look at is DD, DIDI, which is the Chinese Uber company. And I was skeptical on them, and they're up today, but it doesn't mean I'm not skeptical anymore, because we still haven't determined support and resistance. Support right now is kind of risky to say, but it's looking like 14, could be even 13, but we'll see. Resistance, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell whether it's $17. Is such a very small margin, 14 to 17. Like, you want to see bigger gaps. You want to see, $10 as support. You want to see, 30 as resistance, and you want to see clear bounces, like very steep drops and steep uh, rises too. You want to see like these V shapes. You want to see the upside down V as well. And the volume for this was on 150 million. Average was 283. So I guess yesterday was over 300. So Jim Cramer, I'm not gonna give him all the credit, but he pointed out this stock, and he was partly right, because the volume is very high, but the price isn't probably going to where he thought it would. I think he was expecting it to go to like 20, 30, but it hasn't yet. It's going to take time to determine support and resistance. So that's all I have for today. Just want to focus on those two principles of self control and patience. Those are very, very important, not just in the stock market and being successful, but also in life. And I've learned that the hard way, because, when we went through the GME AMC situation debacle there, a lot of people did buy GME at crazy prices, like 300, 400, and they're saying, oh, my brother, save me, come rescue me, don't forget me, I'm here at 300, I'm stuck there. And AMC, people are saying, oh, please rescue me, I'm here stuck at 12, 14, 16. And my goodness, like when you look at it now, it's like 50, 60. Everyone's been rescued. They've all become, pretty much millionaires overnight. um, so entry point is so key. I would even say it's almost king entry point. And my entry point for metamaterials was a little, it was risky. I remember it being at where was it, $12 a share. It was around, yeah, 11, $12 a share. I'm going, should I buy this at that price? Went down to 10, went down to 9, went down to 8, went down to 7, went down to 6, went down to 5, and I waited for that drop. So I bought it at 5, and when they had a reverse stock split, it went up to 10. So if I had bought it at uh, $7, let's just say, that means the reverse stock split that means I bought it at 14 when you take into account the reverse stock split. So I would be down, oh my goodness, it's worth how much? 7. So I'd be down 50%. But since I bought it at 5, I waited it out a little bit. I could have waited out more to the point where we are now, where I can buy it at 7. But it's hard to predict the future. It really is. So you know what? I have the opportunity to maybe buy some more at 7, and that's good. I can average down. And again, if I was just stuck with metamaterials for life, wouldn't I wouldn't I wouldn't be upset about that, because I believe in their company, their CEO, and their product, their vision, and just all the different ways they can make the world a better place. They are very much like Stark Industries, except they're real. So, well, we'll see what happens. But they do have to prove themselves in a lot of ways. So time will tell. But I'm very bullish in metamaterials, not just the company, but even the sector of metamaterials, because it is a sector. It's like naming your company, electric vehicle, because that's what they did. All right, so that's all for today. I'm going to just check the comments and the stream here. There's a lot of background noise. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. Let's read this up here. Message. Okay, let me just read them silently and see. Do I short stocks? No, I'm not. I'm not evil. I'm not. I don't want companies to go bankrupt. I'd rather support companies. I would rather not do that. Only been long on stocks, and I don't know how to do that. And even if I did, I wouldn't do it. It's not. It's like karma. I believe in karma. If I do that, if I short a stock maliciously, and a lot of people go out of business, people lose their money, they lose their jobs, and they have nothing to support themselves with. Oh man, that's gonna be a lot on my conscience. I'm not gonna do that. Do I know karate? I don't think, even if I did, I don't think karate is very useful. You're better off doing MMA, Brazilian Jiu Jitsu is probably a lot more useful. And if you do BJJ, probably even more useful to do weapons training, to be honest, because I don't know what people think. I don't really care, but Amendment, or just having arms, arms as in like a gun, will neutral in Jiu Jitsu. I hate saying BJJ, it sounds sexual. So, okay, next. Mountain Dew. Oh my goodness. If it's going to crash, you know what? Oh my goodness, that's a good question. I was very wary about a crash, so uh, I kind of panic sold a lot when I found out about this, and I kind of panic sold. And what I did was I bought. Actually, I didn't buy anything. I just kind of waited, and that's when GME AMC started happening in January. I was going, you know what? The market is crashing, but these two are ignoring it. They're on their own bubble. They live in their own universe, AMC and GME. So I started investing in those two, and I got a little bit burned. Yeah, I did get burned a little bit, but I came out the same way I came in, so I can't complain about that. What's my number one stock right now? It's divided between metamaterials, MMAT, and Canon, CAN. Because the reason why I did that is because in the event, I believe in metamaterials. I really do. Obviously, 50% of my portfolio, but one reason I backed Canaan is because in the event of a market crash, in the event of the dollar uh, inflation, with the US dollar, I I am what's the word? Not predicting, but I feel like crypto will be the safe haven. It might become a safe haven for people who want to secure their wealth. So they might all jump into Bitcoin, and when they do that, Canaan will be going up, because as much as Bitcoin goes up, Canaan goes up. So even though the stock market may crash or will crash eventually, a lot of crypto related stocks like Coinbase, Canaan, SOS will be going up. So everyone will be going down, they'll be going up, because Bitcoin is the only thing keeping them afloat. So that's why that's those are my investments. Tell us what to do. Oh my goodness, I shouldn't. I'm not a financial expert or investor. I just give people my opinion. So you could do whatever you want to do. If you want to buy, you can buy. If you want to sell, you can sell. Just do what you want, but make sure you do so with uh, having done your homework. What's in Pandora's box? Oh my goodness. Probably. those little bracelets that women like at Pandora. Three people in here. Okay. Am I gonna short Robinhood? You know what? As much as I don't like Robinhood, they still are a trading platform. So you know what? I'm not gonna short Robinhood. I don't short anyway. I don't like Robinhood very much, but no, I'm not gonna short them because they're a trading platform. It would be like, I don't like Apple, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna go and go in the store and smash everything. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna repay evil for evil. They did bad things, but I'm not gonna put bad on them. But who I will short is like all the short or not the shorts, all the hedge funds. I do short all the hedge funds. If I could, I would be against those guys because they are mostly, trying to bring people out of business or to bankrupt companies. So, okay, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Just wanted to do a quick update, so I didn't want to go too long. So I'm gonna end it quick before I get tempted to talk some more. I just wanted to say my piece, and I did. And to be honest, there wasn't really anything big in terms of the stock market. It's more about the principle, about the lessons of what I've learned just doing this. And I feel like that's not just something I have to remind people, but it's actually more a reminder to myself because if I don't, you're going, oh man, what the hell's going on with I believe in these stocks, but they're down today. I've lost like X amount of money. But when you look at the macro, when you look at, you zoom out, you go look at the week, you look at the monthly performance, you look at the quarterly, you look at the 6 months, you look at the last 12 months, you're going, okay, you know what? We're on the green. We're in the green. This maybe it's not you, but the company itself is actually making a lot of headway. And you're going, okay, I do believe in this company. It's just today is a down day, but we're winning the war. We lost today's battle, but we're winning the war overall. We've taken a lot of territory. Yeah, we've lost this little patch of land, but we still have most of the continent on our side or whatever. We still have an upper hand. And then, again, looking at big picture, looking at self control, and those are the most important, mm, some of the most important traits that I needed and that other people will need. And Warren Buffett has used to become successful. That's what it takes. And it's such a small margin of difference sometimes, when you have channels and they say, buy the stock and, just enter at this point because it's going to dip to whatever, $2 below. But, if you're really patient and you understand resistance and support, you're going, okay, actually, it might go to an all-time low. It might break the floor. It might break what do you think is resistance. And when it goes and breaks it, it's going to go down to, before the squeeze. And then when you do that, you're going, yeah, I was right. And you buy it and then and you sell it and you're patient. So, okay. All right. That's all I have to say. See you next time. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow, but whenever it is, whenever it happens, it happens. All right. Signing out. Apex Investor signing out. Thank you for the thumbs up and all that. Appreciate it. Good luck to all and God bless you and your investments. Okay.